classical music because that's my background. I wanted to express something with sounds that the keyboard piano didn't allow me to. How can you do that to a piano? I almost would say they're afraid of the sounds. Piano Liberado as in liberated. Inspiration wasn't so much like a moment of inspiration, but a part of a process. I studied classical piano for many years, but I couldn't improvise with the keys. I was never into electronic instruments, so I don't dig anything that you have to plug to an outer source. To me, acoustic instruments, it's a thing about plugging into your heartbeat. So one day I had an upright, full upright, which is actually as big as a baby grand, but going up. And I decided to clean it up. It was really like dust inside, and I knew how to take parts away from it. So I removed the action, which is the large mechanism where the hammers hit the strings. I put the keyboard down and I couldn't finish the cleaning, and I left it there for a few days. And I had a phone on top of the piano. I was sitting there one day talking to a friend. I started plucking the strings, and I liked the sound, and I kept, basically from then was just 2-3 years of investigations with the string, the harp of the piano. We have hammers and pliers, and I would just break strings and kind of almost destroy a piano every time I play. These are conductor batons. However, I made this myself. This is the end of a fishing line, the tip of a fish pole. This is cork from a champagne thing. And the main ingredient is violin rosin that I powder. I use fish lines in the bass notes for a drown or bass or rhythmic sound. In the center strings, I do melodies by plucking, or sometimes I use magnets to muffle the notes I don't want to hear in case I hear them by mistake. I use a conductor baton as cork and fiberglass to do violin sounds. In the higher strings, I put brass screws in between. And here and there, I will, either by showing it to another friend and inviting them to play, they will approach him completely different than what I played, and that's kind of fun because I look and sometimes they're doing something that later I get to use. I was born in Argentina. My parents are from northern Italy, from Cremona, which is where the Stradivari family used to make violins in Milan. And I left when I was 17, and I came here as a tourist, and I stay. I have a studio in Halfmoon Bay where I work taking pianos apart and building kind of sculptures with the parts, and also I play the inside. Most people, I would say that they really love it, and they have a big smile on their face. They don't know why, but they hear all these sounds. They're really open to sounds that are not basically too much of the Western culture, because they go beyond the 12-tone scale. There's microtonalities that happen. Another group of people, not that many, but here and there, that they really, I almost would say they're afraid of the sounds. They can respond to some of the high-pitched notes, to some basses that vibrating and making overtones. So one day doing a show after that, I remember this Italian lady that came to maybe scorn me because how can you do that to a piano? Such a beautiful instrument. And I love the instrument. I didn't know what to say. Most of the pianos that I have, they cannot be played regularly. Young kids, actually, they really love to play the instrument because unlike the keyboard piano, you're kind of jaded, you think you have to play a song or in a certain way or your mom might not like it. This thing is open and it's basically a big music box. I was teaching a 6-month kind of workshop in music exploration. This kid goes home and starts taking a piano class, and the parents got really upset and they called the principal, "What are you teaching our kids?" And so I forgot to mention, don't do this at home unless your parents let you do it. I think I sent a piano tuner back to the house to tune their piano back.